Hey everybody, it is Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 10 more things that you probably never noticed before in Halo Reach. So let's get right into it. Starting with number 1, which is Cat's Detonator. So during the cutscene, the intro cutscene to the mission Tip of the Spear, with all these vehicles and everything driving, on the previous mission, you planted a bomb on a Covenant Spire, and during this part of the scene, Cat is going to detonate that bomb with her detonator in her hand while she's driving. No, you should never use a detonator while driving at the same time. But anyways, her detonator, if you look very closely, it might look familiar to you, especially if you've played Halo 3 ODST. That detonator, if you ever thought it looked familiar, the reason why it looks familiar is because it actually is from ODST. And what it really is, or what it originally was in ODST, was the syringe that Rookie gives to Romeo when he's injured. It's a modified syringe in Halo Reach, essentially. Most of it's the same, but a few bits and pieces were changed to make the syringe look more detonator-like, so to speak. So that is why it looks very familiar to you, and in that case you probably have noticed that before. But yeah, so just a little comparison here to get more accurate images using a tool called Adjutant. We can look at the Halo Reach syringe here, and then this is the, no, not the Halo Reach syringe, the Halo Reach detonator, and this is the ODST syringe. As you can see, they are very similar except for a few minor changes here and there. Now, number 2, the Invincible defense turrets on the package. So, if you guys know the Easter egg for the tribute room, you'll know that you have to play on Legendary, and then you have to clear all the enemies until Halsey says you can enter her lab. At which point you would come over here, and this is like where the Wraith usually spawns. You run back here and you activate this switch. Once you activate that switch, within a few seconds later, in the bottom right corner, in this case, I died, but it's still, you saw it disappear there. The health bars for all the turrets, the defense turrets that you're supposed to activate, they will all disappear, but the turrets will remain active. And at this point, you can go ahead and continue the package Easter egg. And up ahead is where a bunch of Zealot elites with energy swords will run out, like a whole squadron of them, and they'll all try to kill you. But if you had the turrets active, and then you push the button in that order, then the turrets actually become invincible, and they will still attack the Zealot elites for you. And all you need to do is just hide behind a turret, really. And the elites, they'll rarely ever charge past the turrets. And if they try to destroy the turrets, they can't. Which, as you can see, we're trying to destroy ourselves here, but it's indestructible once you activate the button. So, just a little thing you might have noticed that actually might be useful and helpful to you if you're doing the tribute room Easter egg on the package. Now, moving on to number 3, the grenade freaking out in pool of water. So, on the mission New Alexandria, when you get to the Synoviate Center Tower, once you go up the elevator and you go inside this room here, on the right side, if you jump across to this section, you'll see on this platform here, there are 4 pools of water. And I think the other side of the map also has pools of water. If it does, then this will also work there. I just don't remember off the top of my head. But these pools of water are special, and this only works with these pools of water. If you throw a frag grenade inside, the grenade just like freaks out, and it makes like loud sounds, and it kicks up a lot of dirt in the air. And yeah, it's just something that you probably will never have noticed, because you usually run by these pools of water and have no reason to toss a grenade in there randomly. Now then, for number 4, empty target locators cannot be used to melee people. So, all you need to do to check this one out is grab the target locator, preferably on the mission only sword base. I think that's the only mission where you have a target locator, and just use up all the ammo until you have 0 shots left in it. And once you're at 0, that's it. While you can still actually perform the melee animation, if you actually try to punch someone, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Your melees now have 0 damage and 0 impact. It's just like, I don't know, it's almost like you're brushing your arm against the Marines instead, or like tickling them or something. But it won't hurt them, they won't even flinch, they won't even react to it. It just doesn't do anything when the target locator is empty. Now, for number 5, the see-through door on New Alexandria. So, going back to the mission New Alexandria again, at Club Herrera, there's a little interesting thing about it before you go inside. So the doors to the entrance, the doors that you enter through, before you go inside, if you stay out here and then you zoom in and you kind of look through the transparent part of the glass of the door, you could see it's actually see-through. You can see the skyscrapers, the buildings behind this building. And then when you slowly approach it, once the door is about to open, it loads in the inside of the building, and then you can see it through the window. And if you take a step back and the door closes, at first you could see through it and see the inside, but once the door fully closes, it actually deloads the inside again, and then it makes it see-through again. So the opening and closing of the door will keep loading and deloading the inside. And you know, once it loads the inside, you can briefly see the that little logo on the inside again. And this will keep happening for as long as you stay outside and keep approaching it just a little bit. And yeah. So for number 6, truck beds are actually flippable vehicles in Halo Reach. So let's take this example here, this random truck bed here. Let's flip it over, completely over. You would not think these are vehicles, but they actually are considered vehicles. And because they are considered vehicles, once you flip them upside down, you can flip them right back up. You don't get a prompt to flip them, but if you hold the flip button, which in my case is the B button, it will flip them anyways, just as if they were a vehicle. This actually applies to quite a few objects in the game. I may do a compilation in the future, but for now, the truck bed is one of the more interesting ones that you might have noticed before. Now, number 7, this is a really weird one. So, Dr. Halsey in Halo Reach, this is what her biped looks like, her character. Of course, you recognize her. She actually shares the same biped or character as Professor Sorvad from the Mission Winter Contingency. They are the same character, just different variants of it. You can easily switch their bipeds back and forth with modding tools, and they work interchangeably. You don't need to swap characters or anything, you just need to change the variant that is spawned. So, you know, just changing the simple variant here, because of the same biped, we can have Dr. Halsey dead here instead of Professor Sorvad. And in the cutscenes with Halsey, we can have Professor Sorvad instead of Halsey. Now, what's weird is, I don't know if this is just only sword-based, I didn't really test on every single mission where Halsey exists, but you can see, like, Professor Sorvad's face. Once I switch Halsey's variant to that, it's, like, weird and, like, messed up. Like, yeah, that's not right. That's weird. But you can see everything else about their bipeds, the same jacket, same clothing and everything, just minus the ID badge on it, Halsey's ID badge, and of course, the face. But they are the same bipeds that are interchangeable for the most part. So number 8, Marines actually have an interesting glitched reload animation in Halo Reach. Actually, Marines or troopers, they never reload actually, they have unlimited ammo when they're holding weapons. But if you use up your ammo and quickly swap weapons with them, then they will actually reload it for you, and giving you infinite ammo actually. But as you saw there, when you do that, they have a glitched reload animation compared to previous Halo games. Their arms, they do like a reach around behind them, and it like twists their arm and like contorts it and everything, and in like unnatural ways. They do like a reach around and like force their hand through their abdomen and then reload through their chest into the weapon. It's just some weird, like, messed up like reload animation, but I guess it's like carried over from like the older Halo games where Marines also don't need to reload for the most part. But I guess like into Halo Reach it's glitched because, like, you know, at that point they never really maintained the animation that well. But anyways, moving right along to number 9, the passenger doors, or the doors for the passenger seats of the truck are glitched, as in they never open. When you get into it, you just kind of clip right through it, or phase right through it. Whereas the driver's seat door, when you get into it, you actually do open the door properly. And it's not just like you, even like AIs when they get into the passenger seat, as you just saw there with Emil, they will also just phase right through the door. And you can't get them out either at this point. So just a little interesting little thing there. And then as for the last thing that we're going to be taking a look at, and it's kind of more of a funny thing here, but for number 10, brutes can actually hold golf clubs in firefight when they're on your team. And it's just a little hilarious thing to look at. It's not entirely surprising that they can hold golf clubs, because they can hold gravity hammers, and golf clubs are essentially just reskinned gravity hammers. But still, it's funny seeing the Brute hold the golf club, and yeah, as you can see here, they can hold it just fine, and you know, their animations and everything are all correct. They're just basically gravity hammer animations, but because it's a golf club, it looks kind of silly and pretty funny when the Brute is using it. But anyways, let's give it to a Brute now, and then let's switch on over to some action with the Brutes using it. So when the Brutes use the when they use the golf club, it also, yeah, it's just, you know, the same as a gravity hammer. They swing it, they have the same charge and the whole lunge and everything with it. So it's really nothing different about it when they use it. But like I said, it's just mostly for the laughs and giggles to see a Brute holding a golf club. And like sometimes, like when they swing like from underneath, it looks like they're about to like like right there. It looks like they're about to hit like a golf ball and try to get like a hole-in-one. Like, yeah, actually, like that's almost like a perfect golf club swing. Well, quote-unquote perfect golf club swing. It's just kind of funny, like, and I don't know, maybe like Bungie made the animation like that on purpose, knowing that like they could hold golf clubs, so that it would look like they're actually playing golf in that case. But yeah, so that's the Brute with the golf club. Anyways, that wraps up this video, and that's, you know, hopefully 10 things that a lot of you might not have noticed before. You know, there were 10 little things here and there. Nothing groundbreaking, of course, but hopefully you found it interesting nonetheless. And if you did enjoy this video, then as always, make sure to leave a like. And anything else you want to check out or look into, or anything you think I missed in this video or previous videos I've done like this, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely do my best to look into that down the road. But other than that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.